Annyeonghaseyo, PMS Black Queen here, and guess what? I'm so excited! K-drama review time! Yes, I'm so happy. Alright, so this drama that I'm reviewing, the name of the drama is called Blood, and you can watch this video, or you can watch this drama actually, on Dramafever, on Hulu Plus, and also on Viki. Those are the three places legally that you can watch this video or this drama on. Alright, let's get started. I have my notes as usual because there's a lot that happened in this first episode. I am in love. Okay, so first things first. This drama is about a doctor, and this doctor is a vampire. Alright, so do you see something wrong with this picture? I'll give you a second to think about that. Did you guess? Alright, let me tell you. What do vampires thirst? Blood. Exactly. So he's a doctor, a Wisa, that's doctor in Korean, Wisa. He's a doctor. When you're a doctor, you're around blood 24/7. 365 days out of the year, you're around it all the time. How is he going to do this? He's a doctor, he's a vampire, all of his patients are going to die. All of his patients are going to get turned to vampires. Maybe not. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. A lot went on in this, the first episode. If I'm looking down, I apologize. Our main character name is Park Jae. His name, or Jason, is what his American name is. I will probably call him either Dr. Park or I'll call him Jae. He is, at the beginning, he's at a gravesite. He kind of moves the dust off the gravesite and it says, "Don't seek death, death will seek you." That's what it says on the tombstone. And he starts to dig it up and he sees a lot of skeletons and things like there. He's a medical doctor, and he is treating the wounded who are in a war. So he's in the war, but he's a medical doctor there, and he treats the wounded. And there is a girl who got hurt, so he goes to treat this girl that gets hurt. Now, before he treats her, he takes this little pill. And he jumps over, like there's this rubbish that is like blocking the doorway. So he leaps over the rubbish like Spider-Man to get to where the girl is. And I believe the reason why he's taking this pill is because this pill that he takes will control his bloodthirst. So like I said, performing surgeries and stuff, you're around blood, your patients could die if you're a vampire. So he needs to control that. So he takes that pill to help control that. He performs the surgery on the girl. He senses that some bad guys are coming, and they do. Some bad guys are coming to him, to get him, I guess, where the girl is. And he finishes the surgery just in time. He confronts the bad guys. He fights them all off. They shoot at him, but you know, he doesn't faze them. He fights all these guys off. Alright, so then that's when we learn, ta-da, he's a vampire. And we kind of learn a little bit about that. We learned that he got infected with a virus. I'm not sure how he got infected with the virus. But you know, when you're a vampire, there are certain abilities that you have. And I love vampires, so this is amazing. Vampires, first of all, they're sexy. They really are. They have this way of like seducing you with and that stare that they have. I am so weak. I would fall under a vampire spell instantaneously, big time. But you know, vampires, they live a long time. You know, they have a lifespan of like 300 or more years. With this virus, if you're infected as a child, you will always, you know, appear to be a child. You'll always stay like 5 or 6 years old, like forever. You have a thirst for blood. You have to avoid sunlight or UV rays because, you know, that harms you. Your 5 senses are heightened by like 1,000%. You know, your taste, your touch, your sight, your hearing, all of that is like heightened by like 1,000. And yeah, like I said, the thirst for blood will always be there. So there are some advantages of being a vampire. So we flash back to him as a baby, and we see his father. It's Halloween, and his father's passing out candy to kids. Father goes inside. Father's a vampire too. Father senses danger is happening, and danger does happen. Two bad guys in hoodies, all black, burst into his house. They start to fight him instantly. So they get into this fight and the scuffle. Father's defending himself. Eventually he gets overpowered, and one of the bad guys goes upstairs because they're after the baby. They're after our doctor here. And come to find out that baby's not there. Baby and mom drove off and got away from danger before the bad guys got there. So they had the two assistants have the bad guy, or have the father, and we meet the head vampire. I don't know his name as of yet, but I know that he's good looking. I'm gonna call him Oppa because he's a little bit older and he's so good looking. I told y'all vampires are sexy, and the doctor's sexy too. But they have a conversation. Head vampire and the father have a conversation. Father is begging, pleading to the head vampire, do not hurt my son, do not hurt my wife. And they end up killing the father. Unfortunately, they kind of inject him with something. I don't know what they inject him with in his neck. Something that kills him instantly. It's pretty bad. So after that, we flash back to Si Jang when he's a teenager. Now, as a teenager, he's living with his mom. He's taking care of a wounded deer, and he's being homeschooled by his mom because, you know, he can't go to school. As a teenager, number one, it's already an awkward time because you're a teenager. Now, you're a teenager and you're a vampire. That's double awkward right there because he wants to be normal. He wants to be like other kids. He wants to go to school. He notices that these things are happening to his body. He's you know, it's changing. You know, his five senses are heightened. He's starting to notice he can't stand sunlight. He has a thirst for blood. All these things are happening to him. He doesn't know why. He doesn't understand. And he just wants to be a normal kid. It's really, really, I feel kind of bad for him. I felt bad for him as a kid. So he, you know, he has all these, he starts to feel like a vampire basically. But mom doesn't explain to him why this is going on. By the way, she never says why. She just, you know, she kind of keeps it like a secret. So he wants to go to the store, and his mom tells him to take his medicine before he goes. He ignores it. He throws the medicine bottle in the ocean, of course. Excuse me. He goes to the store, the bookstore. A girl cuts herself by accident, and he senses that thirst for blood. See, I think he should have taken that pill because that pill controls that thirst when he's out in the public. So he can't control it. He ends up tearing up the book, and he buys another. I guess he buys a book. He runs out the store. So, like I said, his mom is homeschooling him. He feels very, very lonely. He wants to be normal. He ends up killing the poor deer because his thirst for blood was so great. He kills the deer, drinks the deer's blood. He runs away into the woods, gets into another fight with some thugs out there into the woods, and he ends up in jail. Mom comes to the jail to pick him up, and one of the head vampire's assistants is hiding in the jail, like kind of watching him and kind of being nosy. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this, but the head vampire that's really good looking, guess what? He's a doctor too. Yes, he is. He's a doctor as well. And one of his assistants calls him excuse me, and tells him, like, you know, we see, you know, the boy that you want and what have you. And the head doctor, or the head vampire goes, you know what, just keep an eye on him, just watch him. So again, Si Jang, he's out in the woods again, and you know, there's a family. He's just out there in the woods, and the family, we notice the family is there with a girl, and the girl gets kind of distracted by a little bunny rabbit. So she chases the bunny rabbit. The parents are frantic because they're looking for her. Oh, while Si Jang is in the woods, the two assistants are also in the woods watching him. So the girl gets distracted. the two assistants send these wolves to attack the girl, and they do attack the girl, and Si Jang saves the girl. He's fighting off these wolves a la Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's kicking their butt and whatnot, and he saves the girl. Now, Mother is a vampire also, and she senses trouble is coming her way. And just like the father, these guys in black hoodies, the head vampire assistants, they break into her house, and she has a fight and altercation with them. She's fighting them off, like both of them off and whatnot. Si Jang comes home, and he catches them, and then they get into a fight with him. She's wounded, by the way, really, really bad. Eventually what happens is they end up stabbing her. The same injection that happened to the father, they stab her. It doesn't kill her immediately, but it does make her very, very weak. She's dying. Before she does that, she turns on some UV ray lights, and she's trying to burn them in the house. So, when you're a vampire, you gotta have your house vampire proof. So she hits that button, and they're screaming and whatnot because they're burning and everything. And like I said, Mom is dying, unfortunately. And when Mom is dying, Mom tells, Si Jang, don't forget your picture. You have to leave me to die. But don't forget your picture. He goes and he gets the picture, and what falls out of the picture is this box. And in this box are files and DVDs and things like that, tapes. And on one of the DVDs, it says, you see the mom talking, and the mom says, if you're watching this, I need for you to listen to everything that I'm going to tell you right now. So we are going to assume that Mom is explaining everything that's happening to him and why it's happening to him. So, at this point, I have two questions. Question number one, I want to know why he got infected with this virus, or how he got infected with the virus. And number two, I want to know, why him? What is so special about him? Why are these people after him? Why is the head vampire after him hardcore? Because he's been after him since he was a baby. What is special about him? So we get back to reality, back to normal times right now. And he's, tending to the wounded in the war. He gets a phone call regarding some data about I guess one of the tapes or something. And he mentioned, and the person on the other end of the phone mentions a hospital in Korea. An explosion happens, and it hits Si Jang, but of course he survives it because vampires can self-heal themselves. If they get shot or cut, they can self-heal. So doesn't phase him. You see him walking, and then we end the scene right there. So that there is basically episode 1 of this Korean drama, Blood. I didn't mention this at the beginning. Let me mention this now. This drama is 20 episodes long, and each episode is 1 hour long. This drama premiered in February of 2015, February of this year. So it's a fairly new drama. All right, guys, that's everything. Let me know what you think. Leave the comment down below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Do all 3. They're free, for crying out loud. If you've watched this drama before, let me know what you think about it. Leave that down below too. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys next time. See you in episode number 2 for Blood, alright? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. 감사합니다. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and please click the link to watch my latest video.